The Ralamuli people are an indigenous community that lives in the mountainous regions of Chihuahua, Mexico. They have some of the best long-distance runners in the world. Among them is Maria Lorena Ramirez Hernandez, an international ultramarathon athlete. An ultramarathon is a running race similar to a marathon, but longer. She participated in the Tenerife Blue Trail race in Spain in 2018, and she won third place after running 102 kilometers in 20 hours, 11 minutes, and 37 seconds. Lorena learned to run as a child, when she practiced a traditional game called arroweta or roera, which involves throwing hoops with a curved stick. Running is an important cultural and spiritual activity to the Ralamuli because they consider it a way to communicate with nature and their gods. They also believe they can connect with nature through dance. So, when they're grateful or in need of something like rain, they gather together and perform these dances that connect them with nature and each other. It is their way of saying thank you to the earth for all it gives them and asking for help when they need it the most. The ethic that defines the Ralamuli is found in the practice of korima, which is an act of giving without expecting anything in return. This is applied in all aspects of life in which cooperation is fundamental, such as sharing their skills to help their friends and community. Answer the questions below and write the answers in your notebook. What do you think Lorena imagines when she runs? What would motivate you to keep going up a steep path after walking many kilometers?
The Garcia Family, from the 6th grade book projects and readings. By Aprende, fácil. Hi. I'm Miguel. I'm 11 years old and I study 6th grade at Professor Adrián Zamora Lopez School, located in Minatitlan, Veracruz. I am friendly and responsible. I love playing sports like volleyball, and I also like jumping rope with my friends at recess. I always take our dog, Petitas, for a walk. I sometimes do housework with my dad's wife. She is very smart, creative, and cheerful, and she is like a second mom to me. She likes to bake cakes and I usually help her decorate them. My dad, Juan, and my grandmother, Maria, work in our family business, a butcher's shop called chanchamido, which is a traditional dish from Veracruz. My dad is quiet and athletic, and my grandmother is kind and loving. My little brother Luis is 7 years old. He is really funny and friendly, and he usually takes out the trash. My mom, Sarah, her partner, Gerardo, and their daughter Amarani, who is my little sister, come to visit us every week. My mom is polite and patient, Gerardo is chatty and confident. And my little sister is adorable. My brother and I really like Gerardo. We always help, respect, and take care of each other. My grandma says that family is the most important thing in the world. Although my family is a bit different, that doesn't change that we love each other and get along great.
The Curtain Rises, from the 6th grade book projects and readings. By Aprende, fácil. After Mexico's independence became a reality, and once the country was free from the previously prevailing Novo-Hispanic constraints, the world of theater actors and other show business people burst to life. In San Luis Potosí, one of the oldest theaters is the Teatro Alarcón, which replaced another theater that burned down on September 16, 1824. This allowed comedians, actors, singers, and poets to entertain and move the people of San Luis Potosí. Francisco Eduardo Tresguerras was the architect in charge of its construction, which began in April 1825, and was concluded at the end of March 1827. Initially, it had no name, but by imitation and inertia, it was called Colosseum. Its name was changed to Teatro Alarcón between the 5th and 6th decade of the 19th century. It is a modest space with a distinctive design. It does not have a great lobby and you enter directly into the auditorium. Not only because of its architecture, but also because of the sensitivity of the Potosino public. A little more than a year later the Colosseum was already famous. It was considered, according to a company of comedians, the second theater of the Mexican Federal Republic. The Teatro Alarcón was the stage of multiple comedies, dramatic plays, Italian opera performances, lottery games, and masked balls. Some of the memorable artists who captivated audiences with their skills at the Teatro Alarcón were Angela Peralta, opera singer, also known as El Ruiseñor Mexicano, the Mexican Nightingale, and playwright Manuel José Othin, who started in the theater arts with Herida en el Corazón, premiered on October 14, 1877. At that time, when the Potosino culture was just emerging, the foundation of the literary shows were the theatrical performances. In December 1900, a major fire destroyed the theater, except its facade. In 1910, to commemorate the first centenary of the Mexican independence, the works to rebuild the Teatro Alarcón began again, and ended in March 1913. By then, it was used more as a cinema than a theater. By 1936, the theater was completely closed down. Later on, the building was bought by the Sindicato de Mineros Metallurgicos. Some people say that behind its magnificent past, paranormal events and stories have taken place in this old building. Nowadays, it only opens for special events.
Talking Murals, from the 6th grade book projects and readings. By Aprende, fácil. Dulce visited her grandfather in Tampico, Tamaulipas, who took her to the Museo de la Cultura Huasteca. She was amazed. It was the first time she had been to a museum. She met girls and boys her age, who expressed ideas, thoughts, feelings, and emotions through ceramics. Days later, during class, she talked with her classmates about the experience and they were all interested to learn about a sculpture she had told them about. Dulce explained that sculpture is considered one of the fine arts, and is the craft of carving, forming, or sculpting objects and figures with volume using various materials. Dulce also said that she had seen sculptures in various public places and shared some examples. Let's take a look at them.
The Critical Eye. Anthology, from the 6th grade book projects and readings. By Aprende, fácil. The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. In communities, read the poem again and answer the questions. A. When you read the poem, what did you understand? B. Where do you think the crocodile lives?